And now I'm going to introduce Amy and Jordan, and they're going to come up and share what the last couple years have looked like for them down in Mexico. Give them a warm welcome as they come up.
Well, good morning, everyone. If I were in Mexico, I would say, Dios los bendiga. May God bless you. And we are blessed to be here with you today. As we sing and worship together, I'm reminded of an image that God gives us through the Apostle John in Revelation 4 and 5 of all of creation in circles around the throne of God singing him praise. It's a circle in which we get to take part now in life, in music, and everything else. And it's wonderful to stand next to you in the circle of worship of our King this morning. It's been too long. Before we tell you about Mexico, our kids have been hard at work learning Spanish too, so we'd like to show you a little bit of what we've learned, continuing in the tradition of worshiping God through music.
El amor de Dios es maravilloso, grande es el amor de Dios, tan alto que no puedo ir arriba de él, profundo que no puedo ir abajo de él, tan ancho que no puedo salir fuera de él. Grande es el amor de Dios, el amor de Dios es maravilloso, el amor de Dios es maravilloso, el amor de Dios es maravilloso, grande es el amor de Dios.
That basically means how great is God's love. God's love is marvelous is the first, and then it's so high you can't get above it, so low you can't go beneath it, and so wide you can't get outside of it, basically. Good morning. So nice to be here. I just wanted to talk for a brief minute about our Spanish learning and how that's going. We have been making good progress and have come a long way since we first got there, that's for sure. It's been an interesting time in the language department in Spanish because a number of years ago, with the violence, a lot of the missionaries left. What percentage was it?
Like half of it.
Yeah, about 50%. And everything's fine now, but as a result, we haven't had a language program in place for a while. And our teacher, or the head of the department, was gone for about 8 years doing other things, and she came back. And so as a result, we've kind of been involved in shaking off the rest of the program, and so that has made things a little bit interesting at times. Our requirements for finishing the program have been increased 4 times since we've been there. So I was like, oh, well, this is the level you need. Well, actually, this is, so it's kind of keeps going up, and so that's made it a little challenging because, oh, okay, I guess we're not done yet. But the encouraging thing is everyone has been very encouraging to us and saying, you guys are doing awesome and you're getting close. And, okay. And also, as we know now which people group we're going to be working with, the Nahuatl people, there is a 30% population in the village that are not Nahuatl, and they do not speak Nahuatl. They speak their own languages and Spanish. And so really, we are going to need to be in Spanish a bit as well, and our team's going to want to be teaching in Spanish and Nahuatl because we don't want to just leave this 30% of the population out, as we share the gospel. And so it, being at a higher level will be helpful for that because we'll need to be doing a lot of teaching. And what else was I going to say about that? Oh, and just through this all, the Lord's just really been teaching us, of course, that he has a purpose, and he's keeping us in Chihuahua right now for a little bit longer, and that's great. And at times it's been a little bit hard, but it's like, who knows what relationships he's going to develop deeper or what things are going to happen. So we're excited for what he has, and excited that we are getting closer to being done with Spanish.
It's amazing how much easier things get when we trust God and his plan. Things that look difficult and discouraging, or maybe just plain are difficult and discouraging, have a different cast when viewed in light of eternity. And so we're grateful that God has kept us in that mindset in the midst of the changes in what we've been doing. But one of the cool changes, as Amy's alluded to, is that we are now part of a tribal missions team. A couple months ago, we accepted an invitation from the team of missionaries working among the Nahuatl people. And so our focus in Mexico has, focused. Spanish vocabulary, stealing my English vocabulary. Our focus is focused, and we are excited to begin thinking about the logistics of moving in to live among this group of people in the mountains of Mexico, a village of around 200 people in an area with around 9,000 who have no church, who have no Bible in their own Nahuatl language. But we are joining a team that has been working among them for around 7 years. There is a translation that is in progress. The book of Exodus is currently underway. Bible lessons are being written. A literacy program is being created. And sometime next year, probably around summer of next year, the teaching in the book of Genesis, which leads up to the story of Christ, will begin. And we are so excited to watch this, for now from afar, but very soon to be a part of it. Toward that end, there are a few things coming up. We may be in Chihuahua working on Spanish now, but God is giving us some opportunities to help the team and be a part of that process now. I will be visiting, actually, next month to be formally introduced to the leadership of the Nahuatl people and to do such things as take measurements for house construction and all kinds of fun things I've never done before. That'll be an experience. And get to get reacquainted with that amazing road, which takes 5 hours to travel 42 miles, assuming you want a car on the other side of it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and coming out during rainy season will undoubtedly be an experience too. Also, we have 4 co-workers in the location, a married couple and 2 single ladies. Well, the married couple are pregnant. They have a son who is just a couple months younger than Joel, and they're expecting a daughter about a month after we receive ours. And they're going to be back in the States for that time, so the 2 single ladies are not going to be able, for security purposes, to stay out in the tribal work. Well, many of us in Chihuahua are hoping to go and be with her in the tribe for a week or 2 at a time, so that she can continue progressing in the translation and get ahead of the Bible lessons. And we're hoping that that will be a reality, something that we can participate in as well. Obviously, we have a baby coming on the way. Last time we stood in front of you, Amy was pregnant, and this is what became of that. And who knows what it'll be like the next time. It'll be a girl, I can tell you that. We're happily and excitedly anticipating her arrival. She's due October 2nd, and Lainey in particular couldn't be more excited to have a sister. When our Spanish is done, when the baby is born, we anticipate coming back to visit you guys for a longer period of time to just have life together, and to prepare for moving into the Nahuatl village. And then we will head back, and when the rainy season permits, begin constructing a house out of adobe bricks and building relationships in the community, and ultimately working to make God's name known in the Nahuatl language. It's amazing, you guys. This is something that's been before us, that God has put before us for some time, but as the details start to be revealed and we think of the people to whom he is sending us, and some of whom we've met now and eaten with and visited, and it's it's really neat, you guys. I don't know how to put it into words better than that, but to say, yes, this is one of the people without access to God's word, and God is going to work through us to change that. There's not a privilege like that I've encountered before in life. So thank you guys for praying for us, for allowing us to share these things with you this morning, our excitement as these times are upon us. And we'll look forward to continuing to share that journey with you when we come back in somewhere around half a year, Lord's timing. We'll find out what that is.